Hey, how y'all doing? This is Daniel, aka Rebel Dan, back with another one. I wanted to do a video on something I've been dealing with my whole life, probably since kindergarten, and that's depression and suicidal thoughts. My first suicidal thoughts happened when I was around 9 or 10. I actually drank antifreeze, which I don't know of any other 9 or 10-year-olds that think or even talk about suicide. But I've had multiple suicide attempts over the years, and the one that really got me was after me and my last ex-girlfriend broke up. It really messed me up bad, and I tried to take my own life with blood pressure pills. I took 40 of them, and it dropped my blood pressure so low that they couldn't feel a heartbeat, and I was in a coma for 4 days. When I woke up from that coma, I had like central nerve damage. I couldn't move. I couldn't hardly raise my head up. All I could do was talk, and I could move my arms a little bit to eat, and that's it. I had to have people bathe me and everything. And that actually helped me more than hurt me, because I realized that you can mess up a suicide. You can mess up any way of killing yourself and make yourself worse off than you were before. Imagine you try to take your own life, but you wake up and you're paralyzed from the neck down. You can't do nothing about that. You can't even kill yourself anymore, because that ship has sailed. So now you have to sit in that chair or lay in that bed for the rest of your life and deal with that on top of your depression. So that's what really set it in my head. I say that was the day I successfully killed myself, which was my older self. Now, it didn't totally heal me. I still have those thoughts, and I'm still depressed that I take medications for it. But it affects me differently now, because I know the risks that can happen if you mess it up. I mean, yeah, you might get it right, but you might not. I can't tell you not to think about suicide, because that's like people telling you, oh, just have you tried not being depressed? Have you tried that? Sure, buddy, I've tried that. Let me just flip my depression switch off. Click. All right, it's gone. Good, thanks, buddy. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get you to think about situations when they enter your mind. When that enters your mind, you have to think about the repercussions, not just of death, or if there's an afterlife where you may go or may not go. I'm talking about if you screw it up, because it's going to be hell on earth for you. But you got to think about the situations when they come into your mind, and the repercussions of those situations. And I'm really having a hard time articulating right now, because I'm actually off my meds for the last couple of days, and I'm going through really bad withdrawals. That's another thing. If you're on depression medication and you stop taking them, you will have extreme vertigo, which is one of the withdrawals, and it is torturous. It's horrible. So if you get on depression medications, make sure you're in a position to either wean yourself off or stay on them, because it's like, I don't have a lot of money, so it's hard for me to see a doctor right now. But I just wanted to get this message out there, because I know I've had a lot of friends that committed suicide, and like I said, I know everybody's heard this before. Oh, it's a permanent situation to a temporary problem. These problems are not temporary. Like I said, I've been dealing with this since kindergarten. There's nothing temporary about it. And it's different from people who are just in a bad situation, because you can have millions of dollars and still be depressed. It's not the money or things working out for you that helps you. I mean, look at Robin Williams. He had everything in the world and still committed suicide. David Carradine, I could go on and on and on. But you have to think about what might happen. And I know you think, oh, I'll just put a gun to my head, blow my head up. No, I know a guy who shot himself in the head, and now he walks like that, like his body does not know what to do, and his face literally looks like a zombie. He has to walk around like that for the rest of his life now. If you hang yourself, if you don't do that right, or if somebody finds you and brings you down too early before you die, or too late to actually help you, you can have brain damage for loss of oxygen to your brain. Same way with carbon monoxide poisoning. There's no cure for depression. It's just something that we have to try to fight through and struggle through. There's a lot of diseases. It's a disease. Chronic depression is a disease. There's a lot of diseases that people have that they just have to fight and struggle through. It is. And it does get better. Depression is not constant. Nobody's depression is constant. It goes up and it subsides. It goes up and it subsides. What I found that really helps me is, what do you call it? Like physical awareness, like meditation. Try to stay in the present. And I know a lot of you might have heard that before and think it's bullcrap. And it felt like bullcrap to me at first, but it takes practice. It's not something that you can just do. There's a lot of different things that you can do to help yourself. But suicide is just going to make it worse. And I'm not going to be like, oh, but you have so many people that loved you. Think about them and how they... No, don't think about them. I'm telling you not to think about your friends and family who will be hurt, but will get over you. Don't think about them, because it's about you. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a certain level of sadness for you in the rest of their life, just like I have for people that have died. But eventually they'll move on. So that's shit, okay? I get it. And I understand. I don't want to hurt my family either. But the pain that they feel just for a while until time heals it, we feel all the time forever. So for people to actually say that is very selfish of them. Because it's like, I have to go through this forever so people don't feel bad about me for a few years. No, it's not like that. And you got to be careful who you talk to. Some people don't know what you're going through. Those are not the ones that are good to talk to, because they're just gonna minimize your situation like it ain't nothing, because they've never been through it. It's just gonna be like those, oh, just get over it kind of people. No, that don't work either. And even other people with depression, it's good to talk to other people who've been through it. But watch those people that try to one-up your situation. That like, oh, I feel bad because of this, or I'm going through this right now. Then they're just going to, oh yeah, well, I'm going through this right now, and I went through this right now. It's not a depression competition is not going to help you. So just, you need to find somebody who would genuinely listen to you. And just try to be around people that love you. I know that's hard, because you just want to be by yourself. You don't think anybody gives a shit about you. There's a lot of people that give a shit about you. Okay, I thought that way for a long time, and I still feel that way sometimes. But I try to push it out of my mind. I try to push it out of my mind the best I can, anyway. I'm not too great at that. And yeah, just try to be strong. I know it's hard. I know it's really hard. I know better than anyone. I consider myself the king of depression. And I'm from a rough, tough family. That when I had to hide that when I was a kid. There was no talking about your feelings in my house. There was none of that. You were a pussy. You wasn't nothing if you talked about your feelings when growing up. You just didn't do that. And I'm probably being a little harsh on it, but that was the way it was growing up. Nobody talked about their feelings. You're either going to get beat up or made fun of. But I just feel like that kind of helped me make me stronger, but it didn't help me when I was a kid. I'm trying not to feel like I'm trying not to make it seem like I'm coming up with a cure for you, because there is no cure. There's just ways to settle it down, to subside it, to calm it down a little bit. There's no cure. Maybe one day. And all the antidepressants do is mask it. Yes, they help. They do help. I ain't going to lie. As soon as I'm able to see my doctor, I'm going to get back on it. Just make sure the depression meds are right for you. If you get on them and it makes your suicide worse, let your doctor know so he can try something out. The medications are an experiment and you're the guinea pig, but it's for a good cause. You have to experiment with different kinds of antidepressants before you find the one that's right for you. But I guess that's really all I wanted to get into. I might do a video about the whole self-awareness thing. There's a word for it, and I can't remember what it's called. I might mention it in the next video that I do, and I'm really trying to think of it before I end this video, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But it's like meditation and self-awareness. The past causes depression. The future causes anxiety. You have to stay in the present. When you feel those thoughts going back to the past or worry about anxiety, just try to push those away and feel everything around you. Be bored for a minute. You know, feel the way the wind feels on your skin, or anything like that. Just to keep your mind focused and in the present. I keep pausing because I'm trying to think of what that's called. If you think of it, put it down in the comments so I don't feel like such an idiot. I can't think of it, but it's been a while since I've even heard it. But like I said, I'm going through withdrawals from my antidepressants, so it's really hard for me to think about stuff at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do a video on meditation and stuff like that, different exercises that can help without drugs. Even though I'm probably gonna be on the drugs when I do the video, but I know some people don't want the medications, and I don't blame them. They kind of mess with your head a little bit and mess with your emotions. But if anybody needs to talk or anything, comment below. I mean, I'm a good listener, and I don't want anybody going through this stuff alone. I know how you feel. You're not alone. You hear me? You're not alone in this. I felt like I was alone forever. You are not alone. There are millions of people who feel like you do. Millions. You're not alone. We're out there. We're here. And we love you. Y'all have a good day.